Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do a Soul Reflections video. The date today is Wednesday, April 11th, and I'm doing a short Soul Reflections video on some of the upcoming energies that we are going to be experiencing. So we're nearing a new moon in Aries, and this is significant because, as most of you may already know, new moons are about new beginnings, a time of planting new seeds and watching those new seeds grow. But as we're approaching this new moon in Aries, which we'll have on April 15th, and for some of you in different parts of the world, April 16th, it's in that first sign of the zodiac. Again, Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, the time of initiation, of new beginnings. So this new moon is especially significant because it's in that first sign of the zodiac. Now, I'm doing this again on Wednesday, the 11th of April, so some of you have been experiencing this dark of the moon time period that we're going through. Now, usually the dark of the moon time period that precedes a new moon, we usually speak of it in terms of maybe a day or two, that dark of the moon phase, when the moon is at its smallest before the moon becomes new and starts to grow again. But a lot of you have been experiencing challenges and odd situations for the last week or two. Part of that is due to Mercury retrograde. We're currently in a Mercury retrograde time period, and as a lot of you know about Mercury retrograde, that is a planet that rules communication, it rules thoughts, the way we think, and often when Mercury goes retrograde there's miscommunication and misunderstandings and confusion and lack of clarity as far as our path or decisions that we need to make. So that's partly what's going on, but the other thing that's happening is that the planet Saturn, which rules karmic lessons or karmic challenges, it rules responsibility, it rules authority, it rules self-discipline, it rules insecurity about things, it rules limitation, it rules restriction, and it rules delays. And Saturn is slowing down to turn retrograde. Now that's going to happen next week after our new moon on Sunday. The date of that is April 17th, when Saturn actually turns retrograde. But because Saturn is such a slower moving planet, we are already feeling its effects. And this is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of us are kind of experiencing these karmic challenges. Now, the karmic challenges could be with relationship matters, that could be about finances or money, it could be regarding a career or destiny path direction. It can also be just insecurities that we're going through within ourselves, you know, not feeling good enough, or not feeling like we know enough to move forward, or, you know, just feelings of inferiority and, again, insecurity. So that's bringing up these karmic challenges within us and, again, within circumstances in our life. Now, you know, again, Saturn doesn't go direct until, or go retrograde, excuse me, until April 17th, but again, we're feeling its effects already. But it's just going to intensify up until that point or shortly thereafter of it turning retrograde. Now, Saturn is going to be retrograde all the way until September 6th, not meaning that we're going to experience the same intensity, but we're going to have this chance through September 6th to find our own sense of inner authority. It's going to be a time to kind of slow down our forward movement with certain things and kind of redo and reorganize those things. This can be very much business related. And, you know, it's usually said that when Saturn is retrograde, we don't want to start or initiate anything new, sort of like Mercury retrograde, especially in business, because Saturn right now is in the sign of Capricorn, which rules career and rules who we are out in the world, and rules, again, this sense of authority or responsibility that we may feel for other people in our lives, or to complete something or do something specific, etc., as well as that sense of authority, security, responsibility that we feel or should feel towards ourselves and our life path. So again, a lot of karmic lessons are coming up, And again, we'll have time to work on those karmic situations, old belief systems from this or previous lifetimes that need to be understood during this Saturn retrograde time period. Now, the other big thing that Saturn rules is lessons. He's considered the great teacher in astrology. So here we have the lessons that we're needing to learn from Saturn. So again, what's happening in your life as far as these karmic situations or these karmic feelings or these karmic belief systems, and what lessons is Saturn trying to get you to learn or understand or be aware of? That's going to be the theme for the next little while, but again, it's becoming intensified at this time. The other thing that happens next week, and that we're already feeling the effects of, is Pluto. Now, Pluto is also going to go retrograde, and that actually goes retrograde on April 22nd, and it will be retrograde until September 30th. So again, another very long period of time here for a planet to be in retrograde motion, and that's because these two planets, Saturn and Pluto, are very slow moving. And because they're so slow moving, they take a longer time in their retrograde cycles. Now, Pluto is a planet of power, control, death, rebirth, transformation, regeneration, transmuting old energies. It's about empowering ourselves. So again, as it's slowing down, which we're already feeling the effects of before this new moon in Aries happens, and even thereafter, because it doesn't go retrograde until April 22nd, we're feeling the intensification of these Pluto kinds of energies. So that's a lot. That's a lot that we're handling right now. This may be bringing about power and control issues with other people. It might be bringing a physical reaction. Both Saturn and Pluto, slowing down to go retrograde, can affect the physical body. We might be feeling more tired. We might be purging something on a physical level. And so, again, there's a lot happening and a lot going on to where we might be feeling tested or challenged in some way. You know, even some of us might be feel fearful in some way. Saturn kind of rules our fears. You know, that's why we say it rules insecurities. Saturn rules our fears and insecurities. Pluto rules our sense of power or disempowerment within ourselves or with situations or relationships. So all of these things, again, previous to this new moon, in this time of the dark of the moon before the new moon, is really coming to a head. It's intense. And depending on where it's located in your chart as it's transiting, you know, some people are feeling this a little bit more intensely with certain situations, circumstances, and relationships. Other people might be watching things from a different perspective, watching things happen with those that you love or care about, and kind of be in support for them, and going through your own emotions because of what they're going through, perhaps. So I just wanted to touch base and, let you know what's kind of happening here, because I've had a lot of people contact me and share different stories of situations that they're going through, and some of it is because of Saturn and Pluto getting ready to turn retrograde. Some of it is because we're in the dark of the moon phase, so we're in an intense time of healing, releasing, letting go, surrendering. Some of it's because Mercury retrograde, which is causing miscommunication or redirection in our lives, but we don't have the clarity or all the information yet because it's retrograde. Now, I don't know if I mentioned already that Mercury goes direct on the day of the new moon. So on Sunday the 15th, or again for some of you Monday the 16th, both Mercury will go direct and we will have that new moon. So things will start to become a little bit more clear and move a little bit more smoothly after that time period. But again, just so that you know, it will be then a time to initiate, plant new seeds and start things, but we're still going to be experiencing the intense energy of Saturn and Pluto as it's getting ready to turn directions. So I hope this has been helpful for all of you. I know it's a little bit windy out here, so I hope that you've been able to hear everything that I have to say clearly. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in to my weekly readings and my monthly readings on my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma. Thank you for those of you that follow my Facebook posts daily and make your supportive comments, and I try to answer those when I can. I've been a little bit lax after I've moved here to Oregon and responding to the YouTube comments on the weekly and monthly readings. I apologize for that, but it's been busy trying to get reacclimated and reorganized and just kind of doing my readings again. So also, if I can do anything for you in the realm of guidance, please check out the services on my website, Sacred Soul Empowerment. There's several different options there for readings and healings, as well as a couple of new services that will be coming up, and so stay tuned for those. Those will be shortly thereafter Mercury turning direct and the new moon in Aries, but I'm going to be having potentially a guest reader who's very intuitive, that can do health intuitive readings, as well as those of you that are entrepreneurs, starting your own business, corporations that are in business. I'm going to be having this same person that's going to be doing the health readings is going to be doing intuitive business readings, and has a lot of experience from the past with his own businesses and corporations and things of that manner. So if you're in need of any help there, please stay tuned to that as well. So I'm sending you all much love and light. And before I say many angel blessings, they're reminding me to also let you know that we've got a lot more new product that's coming out and on the way too, that through Sacred Soul Empowerment will be sold, like Palo Santo, and we have California White Sage, and a lot of other things that, again, are going to be on the way and in the works. So sending you all much love and light, and again, many, many angel blessings, everyone. Mwah. Namaste.